Alright, hello everybody, it's Hops Metal Moments, and back, we got a special for you tonight. We're doing special on Cinderella, and I got Randy Hartman with me tonight.
You know,
so we're going to talk a little bit about Cinderella. Man, what a great band they were. They were formed in '83 in Philadelphia by singer, keyboardist, and guitarist Tom Kiefer and bassist Eric Brittingham. The initial lineup included guitarist Michael Smearick and drummer Tony Destra. Michael and Destra left to form Britney Fox. In 2014, Tom stated Kiss bass player Gene Simmons took interest in the band and tried to get them the first deal with Polygram, but they were not interested. John Bon Jovi saw them perform at the Empire Rock Club in Philadelphia and talked to the A&R man Derek Shulman about seeing the group. After extensive negotiations, he finally signed the band in '85 with a recording contract with Mercury Polygram Records in the works. Jeff LaBar and drummer Jim Dernick joined the band. During the recording of the band's debut album, Nice Songs, session drummer Jody Cortez was brought in to help recording. After recording was completed, Fred Corey joined the band and was in all the music videos and played in upcoming tours. And I don't know if you knew that, Randy, but did you know Fred Corey almost didn't make Cinderella lineup?
No, this here was news to me. This is good.
The whole Britney Fox thing I thought was cool. And Night Songs, great album, killer album. I'm sure Randy was like me, bought it when it first came out.
No.
I mean, what did you think of the album? Favorite songs, look.
The art kind of gives away what it's not. You look at it and it looks like a bunch of girls, but it's not. This just blew me away. This is just, for this time period, this is one of the most awesome debuts ever. And it still stands up today. It's a hard rock masterpiece. There's not a bad song on this album, not one. I love it.
Well, Randy discussed with me, we just discussed this album. I don't know if Gabe Bose knows how much an impact he had on both of us on buying this album. So he told me all about it. I went and checked him out. Pretty sure me and Bob Loki rode up to town with his mom and bought it on cassette, and I was like, it just blew me away how good it was.
Yep.
I mean, I know Randy, I don't know, you said something about Gabe.
Gabe told Jeff Smith about it, and Jeff Smith told me to get it, and over at this gas station over here, they sold bootleg cassettes, and I was like, well, that'll have to do. Wore it out to the point where I had to go to town and get the real thing, so that's where it started for me. Because back then, all you had was word of mouth, you know.
Yeah, during the recording of Night Songs, I didn't read all that, never mind. X that part out. So anyway, we'll go to the second album, which is Long Cold Winter. This album is a gem, I think. I think it's great follow-up. I know Jerry Lambert is not a huge fan of Long Cold Winter. Me and Randy quite don't understand that, but it is what it is. I mean, you can't go wrong with Gypsy Road, Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone, Last Mile. I mean, Coming Home. It's killer stuff. Tom Kiefer, songwriting, excellent. What do you think about it?
Came out in the summer of '88. I bought it the first day it came out at Musicland. There were 2 cassettes left. You hear the first song on here, Bad Seamstress Blues, and then that just rocks in. It's amazing. It showed me just how well Kiefer could sing blues music, put it into a hard rock masterpiece, and that's what this is. This is just a match. Not another one with not a bad song to be found. Love it.
All right, and then third album, Heartbreak Station. It was released in 1990. Vocalist Tom Kiefer stated on several occasions that this was his favorite Cinderella album. The album featured 3 singles, Shelter Me, the title track, and More Things Change. And actually, I got thinking on Shelter Me. I'm pretty sure I watched that at your house. When you lived down there.
The river?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we used to hang out for Randy some. And when I think about that video, I think that's where I saw it. I think it's a great album. Really bluesy. but it's still Tom Kiefer, bottom line. Still great songwriting. Cinderella's still knocking it out of the park as far as I'm concerned. What do you think? What did you think about Heartbreak Station?
It's good. I don't know if it's good as the last one, but it doesn't suck either. This is good. Got a blues feeling to it. Eric Brittingham's new look here. I didn't recognize him at first, but it's good. It's as good. I think my favorite song off of it's the title track, especially that video with that train. Yeah, I like that.
Speaking of Eric Brittingham's look, you remember the video that came out for that? The VHS video, and they had that guy that was following Cinderella around, and at the end it was Eric Brittingham. He was like all dark hair.
He butchered his hair off, and he's like, "Who's this guy?" I remember that now.
And he's like,
on that videotape you had. Yeah, I remember it. Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm Eric Brittingham. He's the bass player."
Yeah, I remember that.
They was just goofing.
Beard
off.
too, wasn't it? Did he have a beard?
Yeah. I mean, it was all dark. I think it was like dark black hair or dark brown. All right, then here's the album that come out against the grain, the era that Randy hates with a passion. Probably hates more than I do. You know who took care of this album? Your favorite man, Kurt Cobain.
Yeah. Happy 50th, Kurt.
But nobody talks about this album. I think I actually saw this album used and bought it. I was like, damn, I didn't know Cinderella had an album out. And I bought it. I was really pleased with it. A little bit about Still Climbing. It was the fourth studio album released in 1994. It was delayed following Heartbreak Station tour due to Tom Kiefer losing his voice. Due to the new MTV policy, which I was telling String about earlier, this album was not mentioned at the channel. The record barely got any promotion to test different markets. A pattern that continued throughout the 90s and the 2000s. Ruined it for man. All the bands were ruined by MTV. MTV built them up and ruined them. But anyway, it had minor hits, Bad Attitude Shuffle, Hard to Find the Words, and Hot and Bothered, if everybody remembers, which was from Wayne's World. And on a side note, Talk's Cheap first appeared at Cinderella shows in '87. And then Freewheelin' was an older song that was written and demoed by the band in '85, but didn't make the album. But yeah, I really like this album. I just posted it on my page as I think it's number 7 album, as a really good album that I still listen to. I like it just as much as the rest of the collection.
Yep, it's good. I remember when that grunge crap came in, they tried to bury this at a store in town called Disc Jockey. They didn't want anything to do with it. So some of you people out there might remember, if they don't want you, they want to get rid of you quick because they were the flavor of the month. You were in a long box. They take a knife and they cut you right in the long box and throw you in a basket and give it away for $6. So if anybody's got that CD now, it's worth a lot more than $6 now.
Oh,
it's like $6. They didn't want it, and they would have a cut right on the box. That's the way. But this, just as good as what's played in the background.
Oh yeah.
They've never let me down. Never.
And in case all y'all know, I mean, if you listen to this music, everybody knows that Tom Kiefer's doing his solo thing. Highly recommend if you get a chance to go see him. He's just as good now as he was in the 80s. Maybe even better. His live performance speaks in, tons.
You just did a review on that too.
Yeah, and I did actually review that album. But hope you like this. Might be a new format. I don't know. I might kick around the idea of Randy reviewing the Motley Crue album. The album that gets better like fine wine, gets better the years go by.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
So like and subscribe, and if you got any ideas for any shows, let us know. Feedback appreciated. We're out of here. Peace.